Hello everyone, I am going to show you today how to build the DIY stand kits, and you will receive them in a little box like this. It comes in two parts. The first part would be the top portion of it, and it comes, it is round and it has score lines, and it has the little tabs that you will be able to fold. So the first thing with this is you will need to fold the tabs towards the score line. So once you open it, if you touch it on one side, you will see that it is completely flat. There is no score line. And if you turn it around, there is a score line on this side. So the side that has the score line is the side that you will be putting or folding the little lip towards. So remember that. The score line, fold the little teeth or whatever you want to call them towards the score line, not against it. So you're going to go around and score. Now, a few tips to do this, or to put together the stand. One thing I do not recommend is that you do it on tile floor, that you do it on anything that, like any hard surfaces. I have a rug that I have when I am like laying myself on the floor, sitting on the floor, putting these together. I lay the plastic in on carpet or maybe a rug or something, so that it doesn't scratch it, because it is plastic. And if you want it to last and to be able to use it a few times, make sure that you do not do this or put it together scratching the surface with like a floor or tile or anywhere that may be a hard surface. So keep that in mind. Also be careful with, just take your time putting it together, because it is plastic and you can scratch yourself, or so just be careful. Be mindful that it is plastic and it has sharp edges. So you're gonna continue to go around it, folding the little teeth. And so because it has to be shipped folded or rolled up, it will not be flat when you receive it. If you don't want to if you're not going to use it or do it right away, I do recommend, and I'll show you in a second once I'm done with this, I do recommend you grab it, and instead of, just take it out of the box, basically. That's the finished product. And you see how it'll fold this way. So even before you do this, fold it the opposite way. Put it, at least this top part, back inside the box, so it kind of like it's not this bendy, but it still wouldn't matter. I mean, I'm able to do them that way, so that's not an issue, at least not for me. But if you're having trouble, or if you think you'll have trouble because of the way it bends, then that's what I suggest. Just either placing it under something between your mattress or something like that, so that it stays a little bit flatter. But see how it bends this way? So if you want to, just turn it around and fold it the opposite way, and then just store it like that until you need to use it. So basically put it like that back in the box, so that it's not as rounded. But like I said, that's not an issue, that's just a tip. And so here's the other part. This is the actual base. So it'll come with some paper to protect it from being scratched. I'm sorry if you can't hear me, but you can see that it has tape along this edge and along the top edge. So there's tape around the top and there's tape around the side of it. So the way to do it is you're going to start by removing the tape, the back end of the tape, because it is double-sided tape. And you will go ahead and start removing little by little. Grab your top piece and just basically start putting it or taping them together. So just grab one side and stick the little teeth. There you go. So you're going to continue to pull the tape, pulling the tape. Just pull the tape back and just make sure that the teeth are being sealed with the tape. So that's what you're going to do all throughout that perimeter. Alright.
So here you can see that I am, I started attaching it from the side where the tape is from top to bottom. So you will start the opposite way. So instead of starting to attach your top part from where the tape is, you will start from the side that has no tape. I hope that makes sense.
Removing the tape is not that easy. Alright, so once again, continue. Now I'll show you what I did in a second. I'll move closer. Make sure you push against it a lot, so firmly, so that it stays put. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing. What I'm doing is putting together the seam. So take it back. Don't worry about the folded side. This side folded towards you. And just continue to work on that edge. So it's tricky, you would say, but it's not necessarily impossible. It's like putting anything together. Just keep the lines straight as you possibly can. And for those of you who will be purchasing this kit, I will have my email, and if you have any questions, you can just email me there. Send me a message, even if it's on Instagram. You can also reply from Instagram, so you can do that. And these, I do not recommend that you place anything heavy on them. I do know that cake stands, and I mean, these are usually used as cake stands, but that's not necessarily the purpose of these. I would not recommend putting anything heavy on these, just for the simple fact that it is plastic and not like acrylic. It's a little bit on the thinner side, and and not as sturdy. It is sturdy, just not, I wouldn't recommend putting anything heavy on it. This is more like a filler, basically. Yeah, you can probably put more balloons, or you can attach or decorate it with a balloon garland or a balloon burst outside of it. Of course, you'll put balloons inside. But I do not recommend that you put anything other than the balloons, and then something non-heavy on top. I would definitely not recommend a cake for sure. I mean, you don't want your client's cake to drop, or if you're buying this for your own DIY, and I would not want your cake to drop on the floor, because this is not recommended for it. But I'm almost to the end. I will stand it up and make sure that I press firmly. And as you can see, we're almost there. And then all we have to do is take this side to it I have these clips that I bought from the dollar store, something else, I don't remember for what, but it helps me to keep them, to keep it together up here while I'm doing the bottom part. Like I said, I mean, I would be literally just putting this somewhere and just trying to get inside to be able to close this part right here, but there it is. Just gonna step over here for a second. And so now you will remove, give me 1 second. So that's that. All right, so here it is. So you have the tape right here. Not sure if you can see that. So you'll start to remove the tape from the bottom part right here up. And the way we're going to do that is by removing the plastic or the paper part of the tape just carefully. Like I said, it's harder for me because I do have nails, but but if you don't have that problem, like me, then you don't have to do this, but just remove the little sticker part of the double-sided tape. There we go. And what you will do is turn it the opposite way. And like I told you before, make sure it's not like on a, I mean this one's mine so I don't not worried, but make sure it's not like on a scratchy surface. And just start peeling off the tape. As you can see, it comes off pretty easily. And then just, there we go. So then you'll start to basically go in there and attach both pieces together. This is something that I recommend you do like you mean it because you have to make sure that this tape really takes to it. If it's hard to get down to the bottom, I don't have long arms, but what I do is I have a stick and give me 1 moment. So what I do is I have a stick that I put in here and I just like rub it against the tape part. But for the sake of this video, I won't be doing that. And so here is your final product. So there it is. There's your stand. As you can see, it's not sturdy to where I would put a cake on it. I mean, it does serve its purpose. It is a stand, by all means. So if you're looking for, like I said, a filler, a party filler, sometimes you don't necessarily want to buy the actual stands or plinths, whatever they're called, I'm not sure. Different names, but let me show you the ones that I did put balloons in. And for this particular one, I used, what I did was, the balloons inside are filled to a size 6, and then there's 6 bunches. And I'm just gonna, oops, that one went away. So it's basically, the size is perfect for 6-inch balloons in a cluster of 6, if that makes sense. So what I do is you can either do it in 3s or 2s, and then just make a little cluster. In that cluster, you will put it in here and kind of like do it opposite to the one before it. So as you can see, there's two, and then there's one, and then the next one you put one here. So basically that's it. So here are your plastic stands. Okay. I mean, it is pretty sturdy. I just wouldn't recommend putting anything heavy on them. They do serve a purpose. They could be great for, like I said, fillers, any type of personalization that you want to do on them. Like use your Cricut and put either, number 1 here with a vinyl, the child's name or the person's name. I mean, you name it and you can do it. I'm sure, I have no doubt that you'll be able to figure out awesome things to do with it. So if you have any questions, my email is info@glamballoons.com, or you can also find me on Instagram. My Instagram is glamballoonsfl for Florida. So glamballoonsfl, that's my handle on Instagram. So I'll see you later.